Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Canaan High School, where we've got a thrilling matchup between the 6th-seeded New Canaan High School Rams versus the St. Joseph's High School Cadets in the Connecticut Division III State Playoff Bracket. It's going to be a fun one. I'm Rob Frangione, joined alongside Jason Generalis and AJ Polici. Jason, how is New Canaan going to be able to slow down St. Joseph's today?
So New Canaan has been really focusing on their rebounding. They think that that's going to be a key factor in winning this game. They have to stay on the boards, make sure that they get the offensive rebounds, but as well as finish. They really need to focus on their transition game and just make sure that there's no fast breaks that St. Joe's can take advantage of. Really just control the flow.
That's right. And New Canaan, they're going to have their hands full today with TJ Wright, who was on the All-CIAC team for the 2024-2025 season. And here we go. Here our tip-off. Blue Burton gets the ball first, going to pass it out to Henry Chandra. Back out to Chandra now. He's going to drive to the paint, he's going to pass it out to the corner, intended for Burton, but that one's going to go out of bounds. St. Joseph's going to get the ball here, 15 seconds into the game. Now here's the All-CIAC first team player, TJ Wright, coming past half court. Looks like we've got a pause and play here from the officiating crew. Officiating crew coming together, trying to figure out what's going on up here. And this will be an early timeout given to both teams now.
Looks like there was a scoreboard issue. Trying to sort that out. Timer wasn't showing up correctly.
That's right.
There we
And
go.
we're sorry for the late start in the stream. Had a couple technical difficulties starting pretty early here. And hopefully the rest of this game will go off smoothly.
You see the New Canaan Bomb Squad joining. I think that's definitely going to make an impact tonight or this evening. Starting off a little slow, but as any of you know that have been to the game, as there more fans come, crazier it gets. I think that's going to make the impact that St. Joe's doesn't have. Yeah, and it's that environment that really helps some of the players just get so hot. I know shooting was looking to be a little bit of a concern during warm-ups in this game, but some guys like number 2, Blue Verton on the Rams, when he gets hot, he's hot. He'll be knocking down threes potentially all night. Still a little bit of confusion from the officials here. Got everyone on the edge. Hopefully it wasn't the NCTV score bot that I set up earlier this game that caused the issues. Oh, another timeout.
Another timeout given to both teams. Like the coaches discussing what their game plan is.
Well, I guess this gives us a little bit more time for that intro we were hoping for. So, Jason, how do you think that what do you think St. Joe's can do to slow down New Canaan?
St. Joe's, the coach told us that they were watching film all month. They think that they know New Canaan's game plan like the back of their hand. They really are going to try and take advantage. They have number 2. Again, that first team All-CIAC, all eyes are going to be on him today. Let's see what he could do. Now it looks like they're about to inbound. And 2's got the ball. TJ Wright going down the court.
Here we go. Now we've got this. We'll call it the start of basketball. Let me back out. For number 5, that's Jaden Phoebus. Now here's Wright, guarded by Chandra. Look how shifty he is. Gets into the paint, and he just missed the layup, but it's going to be a foul that'll help out the Rams. Maybe a no call. And that is 30 seconds into the game. St. Joe's, their star player, has already picked up his first of 5 fouls.
Yeah, that's definitely not good if I were with St. Joseph. One of your top players, New Canaan hasn't seen this player as he was sick in the last game. So I think he's definitely going to bring the difference that New Canaan isn't expecting. And being fouled out early on is not something you want to do. Not something St. Joe's wants, definitely something New Canaan wants.
Well, here's Luke Robinson, almost lost his dribble, but he passed it out to Chandra. Still looking for the first points of the game, already a minute in. Now here's Chandra, going to drive into the paint, looking to get it back out to Verton. Down in the corner to Akmavaramu. He's going to put up a very contested shot, and it's taken away by St. Joe's. It's Jermaine Hatchett with the ball. Here's Wright, guarded by Verton, back out to Hatchet. 3 taken by Phoebus, and it's going to be off the back of the rim. Now here's Akmavaramu. Wide open corner for Verton. It's just off the back. Already a minute and a half into this game, we haven't seen any scoring yet.
I think both teams came in tonight not expecting to plow through the other. Both teams know how close it's going to be. And both of them have been watching film and preparing for this game so that no team can make the early lead.
That's right. Now here's Lameek Black, guarded by Simon Chekarov. Just under 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Puts up a very off-balance 2, but it looks like Lameek Black's going to get the foul he wanted. And there it is, yep.
See if we
First
can
foul
get
called on the senior captain, Simon Chekarov.
some points on the board with these free throws. It's been a very aggressive game early on. We've seen a couple highly contested shots. This one went the Cadets' way.
Yeah, that's something that both members of these teams are going to have to do. Just remember to be taking smart shots. And there's Lameek Black as he misses his first free throw. And there was a member of the new Canaan bomb squad that was able to throw off Lameek Black's timing. Now here's Luke Robinson out to Blue Verton, guarded by Wright, who's already making him pretty uncomfortable. Akmavaramu looking for anybody to get the ball out to. And look at TJ Wright. He's all over New Canaan's team right now. Impeccable defense being played by the all-FCIAC man. St. Joe's already putting pressure on early. So that was Jermaine Hatchett with the steal. And now Phoebus has got the first points of the game, 2.5 minutes in.
We talked to Coach Melzer early in the game, and they talked about they got to be careful with the transitions, and I think that's exactly what they didn't want. They have to be careful when they're trying to get across the court, and when they're trying to make plays, they have to be careful.
This game is sponsored by our
defense.
Phoebus was called for a foul. It's his first. New Canaan's going to retain possession. Simon Chekarov looking to inbound. Oh, way over top to Akmavaramu. Back out to Chandra, looking for anybody to get down to. Here's Chekarov, guarded by Julian Jacques. Back out to Akmavaramu. Heavy defense. It's going to be a foul called on Jaden Phoebus. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, head coach
Phoebus
of St.
set.
Joe's, Jeff Bernardi, being careful with the fouls, keeping them in mind. You don't want to get your star players fouled out early. You're going to need them later in the game. So he's being very mindful of that.
That's already 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the game for one of St. Joe's starting players.
Now Phoebus got subbed out, obviously upset about that foul.
That was an incredible pass by Henry Chandra down to Chekarov for the first points of the game. It's a little behind the back.
Noah Dolphy in play, has the ball.
3 taken by Wright, and it's good. Henry Chandra, let's see if he can get an answer. He was the Holiday Classic MVP a couple months ago. Let's see if he's got a couple more vintage moments in him down the stretch. Guarded by Hatchet, bit of an ankle breaker there. Here's Blue Verton, close to the logo, guarded by Wright. Wright is just so physical, my goodness. Now here's Robinson in the corner. I believe this is the first time we've seen him in all game. Akmavaramu in back out to the corner to Chekarov, guarded by Jacques. 3 taken by Akmavaramu, but that's off the front of the rim. Now St. Joe's is going to get possession back. Here we go, here's Adolphi. Ball goes to Hatchet, here's Wright. Little Euro step, my goodness, he's all over the court.
What a move. Now, Wright, you can see how much of a threat he is on offense and the defensive side of the ball. He has been all over Blue Verton.
He's doing everything on offense. He's already got 5 points. Then on defense, he's locking everybody up. He's Jacques guarding Chekarov. And I believe there's going to be a foul called on one of the 2 St. Joe's guys in the paint. So this should be sending Simon Chekarov, the senior captain, to the charity stripe. I mean, if you're New Canaan, you just got to take these points any way you get them because they've been pretty hard to come by in the first half of this first quarter. Here's Chekarov, his first of two. Sinks that one. Now you've already got a couple subs coming in. Andrew Esposito is going to be coming in for CIAC Mavaramu. Luke Robinson's going to be coming out for, I believe that is Colin McKieran. And Henry Chandra is also out for Michael Smith. And that second free throw lifts out. 7-3 St. Joe's, right with the ball. Back out to Hatchett. Hatchett guarded by Verton. He's looking for Wright to take another wide open three, but that ball is going to bounce out of bounds.
New Canaan's pretty lucky that did bounce out. It looks like Wright is on fire. He would have maybe banked that one in to get his eighth point of the game.
I would have felt pretty confident in that one sinking, but Buchanan catches a lucky break. Here's Chekarov back down to Smith. He's going to miss the layup. It wasn't an easy layup by any means, but those are points that you're going to want back. Here's Wright, going to put it up to Jock, and Esposito is going to get the rebound. Great pass up to Verton. Thought he was going to take a three, but he thought otherwise. Let's see what the foul is here. Looks like it's going to... It's called a Noah Doff, and here's Blue Verton.
And now to get this possession, Andrew Esposito got a crucial defensive rebound. That's what Coach Melzer's been talking about. That's going to be the difference maker this game. Let's see if they can keep it up. Blue banks the first one in.
Verton makes a second. One possession game now.
St. Joe's has got to be careful putting players like Blue Verton on the line there. You know, giving them a free couple of points with a great shooter like that, it's dangerous.
There's Adolphi as he knocks down a three. Here's Blue Verton. They're going to need some sort of an answer now. They got to get hot. Now he's Simon Chekarov. I believe he's guarded by Jacques. Verton guarded by Reed. And so far throughout the game, the story has been St. Joe's defense. And, well, that's an announcer's jinx says Blue Verton lays it in for two.
Great
but other
point.
than that last possession, I mean, St. Joe's, they've been locking up New Canaan throughout the first 6 minutes of this game. I mean, there hasn't been a single guy that hasn't been doing his job on the defense.
Exactly, and I mean, TJ Wright has just been all over. He's been getting steals, guarding everyone on the court. And it looks like Blue Verton took advantage of TJ Wright not being on him that time, getting a nice layup.
That looks like we had a foul called on New Canaan. It's Black that's going to check it in. Excuse me. Dolphy up to Black, and it's good. That was a little mid-range floater, but you know it's going to get down. Andrew Esposito just passed crossing half court. Give it down to Chekarov. Looks like he had McKieran open, but Michael Smith ends up with the ball, and that's going to be a risky pass intended for Esposito that ends up in the hands of Verton, and it's stolen away by Lanique Black. Now New Canaan, they've got to step up on defense, and there's a three taken by Noah Adolph. It's no good.
I think New Canaan has just got to be playing more carefully overall. You know, it's still early in the game. The point difference isn't that much, but it can easily become a very wide gap, and they just need to make those shots.
There's another turnover, still taken away by the star player, TJ Wright. Open the corner for Adolph, no good. And there's some communication that New Canaan's got to be careful on. Great pass by Esposito down to Chekarov. And there's a foul going to be called on Michael Smith.
And after that three, Adolph appears to be shaken up. He's coming out.
I saw it. I believe it was Michael Smith's hand that caught him in the face on that rebound. And a little miscommunication by New Canaan as they had no one guarding either TJ Wright or Joshua Reed. Here's Josh Reed, top of the key. And he's just going to be able to get down to the paint, and he missed a layup. But I believe possession's going to stay with St. Joe's. I couldn't tell. Both fan bases seemed a little bit disappointed by that one. Bounce pass into Joesph Bernays. He's going to take a layup, and it's no good. Looks like Chase Smith is about to sub in, freshman. Here's Joe Bernays. Now, just the junior with a chance to double St. Joseph's lead early on.
New Canaan sending them some subs onto the court. Tyler Alfiero getting on there.
And I know Coach Melzer was talking about wanting to get rebounds, but there was a failure on the execution of New Canaan's team right there.
Just seemed like more of a miscommunication. Just fell right into the hands of Black.
And this ball movement by St. Joe's, this has been something that New Canaan's been lacking, but I think that they're going to catch a lucky break. Looks like that was Joe Brunis who kind of checked Colin McKiernan in the back, so position is going to go back to the New Canaan Rams. And Henry Chandra's checking back into the game, I believe for McKiernan. Here's Tyler Farrow to check in. St. Joe's defense is making these guys work as there's another strip. However, New Canaan's going to get lucky and the ball's going to stay with them due to a foul.
Coach Melzer was talking about how they have been working on the transition from defense to offense and vice versa. Obviously, we got to see more of that. We're seeing multiple strips, and although this worked out in New Canaan's favor, they've got to be careful of that.
Exactly. Henry Chandra knocks down his first free throw.
Chandra has a chance to make it a one-score game. Let's see if he can knock down his second.
New Canaan's got to settle down. I mean, I feel like this is the second or third time I've seen a couple of miscommunications taking place when it comes to substitutions.
St. Joe's, a little confusion. 6 men on the court for a little bit there.
Could just be the moment of, such a big game. It's the first round of the playoffs, and some of these teams, they haven't played in a while. And we didn't get the chance to tell you guys this in the introduction, but St. Joe's, they haven't played since February 19th, and you got to wonder, is this going to lead to, well, rest or rust?
Exactly, and I mean, right now it's looking like they're well rested, they're ready. They know what New Canaan's going to do. Actually, now a timeout's called.
Jeff Bernardi, he was telling us that they've been watching film on every single New Canaan game for the past month, and that so far it's paid off. St. Joe's is up 12-8 at the end of the first quarter. Last time these two teams met, New Canaan took down St. Joseph's 58-49. However, St. Joe's, their star player TJ Wright was out with the flu. I believe AJ, you talked about that earlier, but so far it looks like Wright's not unabsent. I don't know the word for that. He's been an X factor so far in this game.
Seems to be making all the difference.
He's got the bulk of St. Joseph's points right now. As the first quarter intermission winds down, both teams are going to be making their way up to the court.
It's a 4-point game. The Cadets have the lead.
Now, here we go. Start a second quarter action. Here's Black down to Phoebus, who's back in. He's got 2 fouls already. That's something you got to remember. And that was Julian Jock who made 2 New Canaan defenders jump. Burton, who might already be in foul trouble. That was a smart pass right there by Jermaine Hatchett into Joesph.
That layup seemed to be a little bit too easy. They really just had to pass in and layup. There's a little miscommunication on defense. New Canaan's just got to be better about not letting St. Joe's get momentum and those quick points.
New Canaan, absolutely. They have to tighten up on defense. Looks like a foul is going to be called here on Jermaine Hatchett. And New Canaan, the bulk of their possession has been given to them by St. Joe's fouls, or really just mistakes. New Canaan, they've got to lock in. You know, I mean, playoff game, I understand that this is a very nerve-wracking environment, but at some point you've got to settle down. You've got to start playing smart, got to tighten up on defense, and that's what St. Joe's, they came ready.
Exactly, but if New Canaan starts to capitalize on those mistakes, it seems like they can have a real chance of winning this game. Like St. Joe's has a lot of fouls, they're playing a very physical game. New Canaan's really just got to get some points on the board, not let momentum shift too much in their favor.
That's right. New Canaan, they've got to match the energy that St. Joe's is bringing. Here's Phoebus with a three. It's off the side. And here's Esposito with a rebound. Esposito guarded by Jock. Luke Robinson wanted to take a three, but he's guarded by Phoebus. He's going to pass it down to Esposito. And it feels like every single time a New Canaan player gets the ball, they're being guarded by two cadets. Here's Simon Chekarov. Trying to drive into the paint. He's got Robinson in the corner, but a travel's going to be called on him instead. And it feels like nothing's going right for New Canaan in the opening moments of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Seems like some of the Cadets players are being in two places at once at any given moment, 2-on-1 all the time. And New Canaan has a very delicate game to play. They got to pass it so that they don't give them a chance to play defense, but in passing, they risk being intercepted.
It's an excellent description, being in two places at once. Here's Wright with a three. It's off the back, but that's Jock who got the rebound. And it's passed out to Simon Chekarov. He's going to come away with a turnover. Chekarov looking for redemption from that last possession. He's going to hand it down to Esposito. Akmavaramu back to Robinson. Simon Chekarov was able to spin around Jock, but that's Lamique Black who's going to come on a fast break, guarded by Esposito. And he lays it in off the glass. Now a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Danny Melzer. And we are only, 10 minutes into this game, and St. Joe's has already doubled the score of New Canaan.
And a couple rebounds ago, that New Canaan play where Esposito really tossed it into his teammate Simon Chekarov, it just shows what New Canaan can do when they're all coordinated. I mean, 3 out of 4 of the football captains are on this basketball team and getting playing time. It's just when New Canaan is communicative and cohesive, they just play such a good game of basketball, and we're just going to see if we can get that after this timeout. Maybe Coach Melzer is telling them that they just got to talk to each other more.
Not to mention, you've got the Max Preps Football Connecticut High School Player of the Year in Andrew Esposito, who's, I can only describe him as a freak athlete. I mean, he runs a 4.55 40-yard dash, which is a pretty decent time for an NFL wide receiver.
Yeah, better than some of the running backs at the Combine today.
I know this, I was just about to say the Combine's going on, but... And then you've got Blue Verton, who we mentioned earlier. He can get hot from three. We're yet to see that so far. And then you've got Henry Chandra, who's also another one of those star players. Overall, all in all, we've got a pretty young team other than the 6 senior captains. But a lot of these star players for New Canaan, they're either sophomores or juniors. Meanwhile, for St. Joe's, you've got a lot of juniors on this team, such as Lamique Black, who's become a factor so far. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. And St. Joe's is once again going to get possession back.
Again, these kind of like silly mistakes that you could even call it. Chandra just passing right on out of bounds. Just got to, if you focus up, tune out the crowd noise, just play a good game of basketball. Maybe it'll go better for New Canaan.
That's right. Now here's Jock down to right. He's going to take a mid-range, a little off balance, but it sinks. 18-8 is the score with 5:48 left to go in the half. Here's Esposito. Going to get past half court. Now with the absence of a bomb squad from St. Joe's, their bench has stepped in and with the chance. There. Luke Robinson looking to cross over Jermaine Hatchett. Esposito going to pass it back out to Akmavaramu. Akmavaramu, he had Robinson in the corner, but he's going to decide to take the shot. Makes it an 8-point game. I think that's the first points of the game for Akmavaramu. Oh, and Hatchett makes Akmavarmu touch earth. But
I will
the
say
play's
the
going to be
Canaan
stopped.
Bomb Squad has been silent the past few minutes. I think everyone in this arena, in this gymnasium, is feeling the tense situation that is brewing tonight, and how Buchanan's really got to step it up right now if they want to not let the score gap widen.
It's a great right-handed hook shot taken by Jermaine Hatchett. And once again, going to double Buchanan's score. Blue Burton needs to get something going here. Here's the St. Joe's bench is clapping in the face of Simon Chekarov. Deep three taken by Blue Burton. It's not going to go. That's Hatchett with the rebound. Here's TJ Hurt, the deep three. No good.
I'm not sure if there's some sort of book that's been written, but St. Joe's seems to have is reading Buchanan perfectly. And it is honestly crazy how much homework that they've done to prepare for this.
Exactly. And that was Andrew Esposito with a great drive down to the basket, but he wasn't able to finish. He's going to out to Phoebus with a three. Akmavarmu was in his face, and it doesn't go. Here's Esposito looking for Robinson. Fake the three, out to Verton. Akmavarmu in the corner, going to take a three. No good, off the front of the rim. But Esposito gets the rebound. The other four New Canaan guys were beyond the arc. I don't know what's going on with the positioning here for New Canaan.
And honestly, that was great ball movement. It's just like they didn't even expect to get that rebound. Luckily, Esposito got there, but unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize because they had already trying to go back on defense.
I think Esposito was the only guy who expected the ball to fall to him, as you had all four guys that were down beyond the arc. Now here's Simon Chekarov's going to get the ball back. Great pass by Esposito down to his quarterback, Luke Robinson, who's going to lay it in for two. Kind of a bit of a role reversal there. You know, usually it's Robinson hucking deep passes to Esposito. This time it was the opposite.
Hey, sometimes you got to keep the other team on their toes. Switch it up a little.
Now here's Phoebus, and it's going to be off the right of the rim. So it feels like it's been Esposito starting the possession a lot. Robinson with a three, and it's good! 20-15 ball game. I believe this is going to be Bernardi taking a timeout. It seems like the momentum's shifted a little bit, and Buchanan's on a 5-0 run.
Yeah, see, all smiles from New Canaan. They have Esposito to Robinson twice to pick up 5 points. The timeout was great by Bernardi, just got to disrupt the momentum. But New Canaan just really seems to be on point now, kind of get in their groove.
Yeah, you can't let that timeout kill the momentum they're starting to gain now.
Now you have the entire bomb squad standing up. They're ready for New Canaan to take this lead.
Yeah, this is the action they've been waiting for since they walked in these doors about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's important to point out as well that just the symmetry between the seniors on this team, especially Chekarov and Robinson. You know, I hear them game planning during my stats class, you know, in the back of the classroom. They're always talking about basketball and, you know, just really the teamwork that they bring and the leadership they provide to this team could seriously make the difference tonight. And
that's something that New Canaan really benefits from, that leadership. They've got 6 senior captains. That is so much experience that is being brought to them. Not to mention, you had Chandra, who had a lot of playing time last year, I believe. All right, back to action. Here's TJ Wright, guarded by Chekarov. Now Chekarov's really starting to put on a defensive clinic. And there's a three. It's no good. Here's Akmavarmu. Here's Blue Verton going to take another three. This one's no good. Here's Hatchett with the rebound. Robinson's not going to press him up. He's just going to get back on his side. Here's Phoebus out to Black. Back to Hatchett, back to Phoebus. That looks like Phoebus is trying to direct traffic. Guarded by Esposito. See what's going to happen here. And, oh my goodness, Jules Jock was being guarded by nobody. He looked surprised to have gotten that ball. I'm surprised that one went in. But there's another defensive miscue by New Canaan. And here's Blue Verton at the logo. Gonna check it down to Akmavarmu. Here's Esposito, who was looking hot in warm-ups from 3. And just as I start talking, St. Joe's is gonna get the ball back. Illegal screen called on Luke Robinson. It's the 4th foul on New Canaan.
Now Robinson coming out, Esposito going in. A little sub.
Rivals New Canaan's 1. Excuse me, St. Joseph's 1.
we're seeing a switch in the fouls actually, as St. Joe's had more in the first quarter, and now they're switching. Seeing, different. New Canaan's realizing the aggression that St. Joe's is bringing, trying to match that.
Now that would have been a filthy layup if it had gone in. That was TJ Wright who was running circles around this New Canaan defense, looking like Steph Curry out there. Now here's Esposito down to Akmavaramu. Looked like he wanted to take a mid-ranger, but here's McKiernan, and he's going to lay it in off the back of the backboard. 22-17 game. The margin stays at 5. Now here's Phoebus crossing midcourt. It's a lot of space for Hatchett, but he's deciding to pass it down to Phoebus. He's been directing traffic a lot, and there's a floater taken, and it's going to go. Here we go. McKiernan looked like he could have taken a 3. Surprised there was no foul call on Chandra, and there's a very similar layup taken by Akmavaramu.
And now we're getting more scores, points almost every possession. Now it's really who could play better defense. TJ Wright is a factor on offense and defense. Can you shut him down? Can you get past him is the real question. There we go. Let's see. That's Jock for the points.
A lot more fast-paced action so far in the latter minutes of the second quarter, excuse me. A 7-point game, and that is going to go through the hands of Akmavaramu, and Phoebus is going to lose the handle. And here it goes, back to New Canaan. A little bit of mistakes there. Great layup by Henry Chandra. He's really making his presence known as the first half winds to a close. Here's TJ Wright passing midcourt, just taking it easy. Looks like he wants to retain possession for this, and I don't blame him. And I don't know if you guys saw this Maryland-Michigan State game, but it was a crazy buzzer beater caused by a miscue on Maryland. But enough about that. Here's TJ Wright. Just trying to dribble out to take the last shot. Down to Hatchett. Here's Black with the last shot.
Oh.
No good. 5-point game going into the half. Now this game so far has been highlighted by a lot of miscues on defense, really for both sides, but for the most part on New Canaan. AJ, what do you think New Canaan's got to do to really step up their game coming into the second half?
I think New Canaan just has to continue, just has to do what they've been doing in practice, and that is working on the transitions and working on the rebounds. So we've seen many turnovers that have led to this score difference, and I think that's really the difference, or that's really going to be the difference in the game. They have to be careful when they're switching from offense to defense, defense to offense, and not to lose the ball. And when they miss maybe the first time, getting the ball back and trying again, or else we're going to see a massive score difference.
And Jason, what do you think that St. Joe's has to do to keep their foot on the gas pedal?
New Canaan really started to gain some momentum in the latter half of that second quarter. I mean, you just got to stop that. You got to maybe get a steal on defense, and I mean, TJ Wright has been so good at doing that. Maybe just get a quick break. New Canaan said that they have trouble in transition periods. They're trying to lock down on that. They're trying to lock down on rebounds. And if St. Joe's could take advantage of those categories, then it looks like they can have smooth sailing from now on. But New Canaan, I mean, they really, if they were doing what they were doing at the end of that, they played good defense. Obviously, TJ Wright was taking it slow, but overall, I mean, the good defense didn't give up points in that last 30 seconds. They got some from Henry Chandra, and just really an overall good play from New Canaan.
Yeah, the passing at the end of the half was looking really good. I mean, you saw a couple plays from Esposito down to Robinson and vice versa, and then you saw Chandra, who came away with a point with a bucket at the end of the half. But that's going to do it for our first half recap. Let's send it to sponsors.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our Gold sponsor Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another Gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a Gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the New Canaan High School main gym, where we've got some huge news for you. And no, we are not talking about the Deebo Samuel trade to the Washington Commanders for a 5th-round pick, nor are we talking about the Tennessee buzzer beater to upset Alabama. In the Seymour-Weaver game, Seymour took down Weaver 76-30, meaning they're going to be moving on to the 2nd round of this tournament, and that's who the winner of this game will face. And we're going to have a winner in about, hopefully, 16 minutes. So. And well, we got to talk about how each team is going to win this game. AJ, what do you got?
So, like I said when we were coming out, I think St. Joe's New Canaan has got to watch the transitions, not giving up easy balls on the way back and forth. They need to be careful. St. Joe's is being very aggressive, and I don't know if New Canaan expected that, because they seem to be crumbling under the pressure right now. Although the score differential is not that big, I think, again, they just need to be careful, make their shots, close the score gap, and then we can get a little fancy.
I agree. New Canaan, they're very fortunate for the gap to only be 5 points right now. They need to take advantage of that as soon as possible. Jason, what do you got?
Mostly with what you guys said. I mean, again, they're quite lucky. I mean, TJ Wright has been working the core all over offense and defense.
Absolutely.
They really have to try and hold them, try and close the gap. If they can take the lead, I think that New Canaan has a real shot of just kind of maintaining it. They were pretty good on defense towards the end of towards the end of the 2nd quarter. Now let's see what they do. New Canaan starts with the ball. Blue Vertine to inbound.
Now we're getting started with the action. Here's Blue Verton. Check her off down to Ekmavarbu. Looks like we got the starting 5 back in the game for the first time since the quarter. And already we've got an early foul called. Kind of reminiscent of the first quarter, where we had some stoppage in play right away. Okay, here we go. Here's Verton guarded by Wright, who, like you said, Jason, was running circles around New Canaan in the first half. I'm sure Coach Melzer had something to say about that in the locker room. Here's Henry Chandra. And once again, we're seeing this St. Joe's team really stepping up on defense. And Blue Verton with a 3. And I believe he's 0 for 4 right now from 3 in this game. Here's TJ Wright with the ball. He's got a lot of separation. I was kind of surprised to see him not take a 3 there. And I believe ball's going to go back to New Canaan. Luke Robinson was able to catch a foul.
St. Joe's foul, number 4, Joel John. That's his first.
Jock picks up his first foul.
All right, here we go. A bit of a lost ball there from Luke Robinson, but he's able to recover, give it out to Verton. Here's Luke Robinson. He's got a lot of space. Thought one was going to go, and then Chandra, while he was trying to get the tip out for a rebound, inadvertently caused a foul. Now St. Joe's is going to get the ball. No change in score throughout the first minute of the second half.
No change in score, but yeah, 3 fouls already on the board. So kind of just shows you both teams are getting a little desperate, both wanting to either keep the lead or get the lead.
High arcing mid-ranger from TJ Wright, but here's Henry Chandra who got the rebound. Or the loose ball, I should say. Almost a steal from TJ Wright. Verton with a lot of space, and he's no good. Here's Hatchett, guarded by Chandra. Bit of a crosser there. And he is so shifty. It feels like, and oh, here's Phoebus with a lot of space. And it's no good, just whipped out a little bit. Blue Verton trying to heat up right now. He's been cold throughout this game so far. And a foul's gonna get called. Excuse me, travel.
I think New Canaan's definitely improving on the defense as well. It seems like Melzer must have told them in the locker room, get multiple guys, especially on the star players. And obviously we just saw it happen there, and no score. So I think they just got to keep on doing that. Full court press, multiple people, double teaming.
Big roster change. Andrew Esposito just stepped in for Blue Verton.
They've been getting a lot of points under Andrew Esposito. He seems to be a good facilitator of the ball. He's got it down to Luke Robinson a couple times, and Luke Robinson is on the court. Let's see if we could emphasize that connection to get some more points on the board for New Canaan.
I like that substitution. It feels like Esposito's really been what's gluing them together. There's a replay of
An
the foul.
amazing replay coming in right now.
Bit of confusion. And Esposito's picked up his first foul. And he's still got 4 to give, so you don't have to start thinking about taking him out yet. There's a bit of a no-look pass, and here's Phoebus with a 3. High arcing, and it's no good. Here's Chandra. St. Joe's defense retreats. Mavaramu down to Esposito. He's almost lost his dribble there, but is able to get it back. Guarded by Black. Behind the back dribble. Mavaramu gonna drive into the paint. It's taken away by, I believe that's Hatchet. Here's Phoebus gonna take a layup, and I think a foul is gonna be called on Simon Chekarov. And that's in transition right there. They have to be careful when passing the ball, and that's what led them to St. Joe's getting the ball back.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good foul by Simon Chekarov. It seemed like that would have been guaranteed points for them. Now they have a chance. Yeah, haven't been St. Joe's has not been too good from the free throw line. They would have a bigger lead if they were. Let's see what Phoebus could do.
Yeah, here's the junior Jaden Phoebus looking to score the first points of the second half here from the charity stripe. And the screaming from a fan in the New Canaan section is able to deter him.
We apologize, the mic is right in front of them, so if that was very loud for you viewers at home.
Got the instant replay of the bucket, and the second free throw missed.
Second free throw goes off the back of the rim, but St. Joe's gonna get the ball back, so looking for redemption now. This is Hatchet with the ball down to Phoebus, who missed the throws. Here's a 3, and he makes up for it. It's a net gain of 1. Now it's an 8-point game. Buchanan, you've only got 13 minutes left in this game. You've got to start making some noise now. Here's Esposito, top of the key, and it feels like they've been there a lot of tonight. And Chekarov, it's a little too strong. The foul's going to be called against St. Joe's. I believe this will send Luke Robinson to the line.
That foul is on number 5 of the Cadets, Jaden Phoebus. That's his 3rd.
Could be wrong.
I think it's important to note how it seems that St. Joe's, they're making the plays right now. They are being aggressive. They are going for the score. Meanwhile, New Canaan seems to just kind of be waiting for St. Joe's faults to get to make up for their own.
Yeah, New Canaan's really slowed down. Well, as we start bashing them, there's Henry Chandra with a bucket.
Now Phoebus is on the bench. He picked up his 3rd foul there, and he's been almost as much of a difference maker as TJ Wright. He's been knocking down threes left and right, getting a couple steals. They have him on the bench now. They don't want to get him out for the 4th quarter.
Here's the 27-seeded St. Joe's looking to make a big upset in the first round of the playoffs. And that was a mid-range taken by Black, and it's going to be tipped back out by Esposito. Now New Canaan's got the ball back. They've got to start scoring now. Here's Esposito, guarded by Wright. What a layup with the offhand.
Close the lead to 4 points. That's the lowest it's been since the start of the game. Let's see if they can build on this. Maybe get a turnover here. Black with the ball.
Foul's going to be called here on Henry Chandra. It's good acting right there by Noah Adolph. But it's going to help his team in the long run. Henry Chandra looks pretty confused, but he's got to be careful.
Noah Adolph, 2-2 for St. Joe's.
Here's Adolph to the free throw line.
I'm not sure what noises are being uttered from the student section in New Canaan, but they seem to be working in their favor, as St. Joe's hasn't made a foul shot this half, I believe.
Yeah, I got to say, New Canaan's best defender has been the bomb squad. Might be a bit harsh, but okay, there's 1 for 4.
I jinxed it.
Adolph knocks down his 2nd free throw.
AJ pulled an announcer jinx there. Chandra taking up the ball, has a lot of space.
Here's Chandra down to Chekarov. Guarded by Joe Brunis. And that's, I believe, Jake Rios checking in for the first time. He got the rebound. Here's Adolph. It's a bit of a different lineup we've seen so far throughout this game, but of course TJ Wright's going to stay in. Here we go. Here's Adolph. Lost his dribble, but Wright's right there to pick it back up. Guarded by Akmavaramu. And once again, he's just navigating all around this New Canaan defense. Wasn't able to sink that one, but I think it's going to send him to the line.
New Canaan foul number 55, Simon Chakarov. That's his third. TJ Wright.
Chekarov, one of their bigs. He's got to be careful because that's his third foul of the game. That time the yelling from New Canaan's bomb squad doesn't work. That's Wright who's able to make his first free throw. So we have a replay on the foul.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure what freakiness is going on right now in the New Canaan's bomb squad.
Yelling
we
did not
apologize
seem to
for the
affect Wright.
interruption.
Here's Akmavaramu. New Canaan's got to start putting the pieces together now. Here's Chandra. Heavy defense by every member of the St. Joe's squad. I know that's Jake Rios, who hasn't been in, but he's putting on a show just like the rest of his team. And it's tipped out of bounds by Adolph, but it's going to remain with New Canaan. And like you said earlier, AJ, it feels like every member of this St. Joe's team, they're two places at once.
Yeah, they've definitely been moving as one throughout this whole game, really showing the definition of teamwork right now.
Here's Blue Verton. You got to take a off-balance shot. Hits the rim, but they're not able to get the rebound back. So here's TJ Wright coming past half court. Top of the key, guarded by Akmavaramu. And it's tipped out by Luke Robinson, but it's going to be another foul called on New Canaan. That will be their fifth, I believe, of the half.
That's his fourth.
Now Luke Robinson, if you're Coach Melzer, you got to think about subbing him out now. And as you see there, Luke Robinson just was a little bit too physical with TJ Wright.
And it seems like there's not a lot of other ways to defend TJ Wright. Maybe being physical is the play.
Wright knocks down his first free throw.
We see Robinson come out.
It's like a member of the New Canaan administration having a chat with the New Canaan bomb squad about the obscenities being yelled from the crowd.
No, I'm a little curious to hear what's going to be next. However, it doesn't seem to be working right now.
I'm not encouraging it, but I am eager. And Wright is good. 4 for 4. Here's Esposito, and we've only scored 4 points so far in this quarter. That needs to change on this possession, if you ask me. Down to Akmavaramu. He's got Verton underneath the basket, but he's going to check it down to Ofiero, who we haven't seen in a little while. And another travel is going to be called against. Excuse me, no, we're not. Judging by the initial St. Joe's reaction, I was under the impression that New Canaan had a travel called against them, but I was wrong.
New Canaan lucky break. It looks like the foul occurred right as the travel happened. Now we have Verton on the inbound.
So here's a momentum reset. Here's Akmavaramu. Looks like it was blocked by Black. And now look at the speed by Wright. And another foul is going to be called against Blue Verton, who is not having his best night.
Foul, Tyler Ofiero, that's his first.
Excuse me, it was by Tyler Ofiero. And here's Adolph coming back to the line again. And despite the yell, he knocks down his first free throw. You can see the foul here committed by Tyler Ofiero. Adolph goes 2 for 2. 36-25 ball game with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Here's Esposito. Guarded by Jock. Now Verton has got Wright on him. He's got to be careful, get the ball out quickly, which he does. Chandra's guarded by Rios. Down to Ofiero, and they have not gotten the ball past the arc. It's just ball movement, and now here's Esposito going to take a chance, but it's taken away by Rios. And just an incredible defensive performance continues tonight
Another steal, and if you're New Canaan, you got to consider taking a timeout soon. You have an 11-point game, and there's about 10.5 minutes left.
And that's a wise timeout taken by Danny Melzer, as the lead has grown to 13. And New Canaan, they've got to step it up defensively, offensively before things get out of hand here.
And now the winner of this game, let's take a look at the playoff bracket here. They will go on to play
Weaver.
Weaver, yes.
Looks like it's going to be, I don't want to jinx anything yet, but the winner of this game, and St. Joe's is up by 13 at the moment. They will be playing Seymour High School, who won their game earlier today by a margin of 46 points. So that should be a shootout coming out into this next round, which will be played on Thursday.
That game will be played on Tuesday, and then the winner of that game will play the Kingley McMahon Chester game on Thursday. So it'll be interesting to see who goes deep into this playoff. St. Joe's, their defense, they got a real shot. New Canaan maybe has to turn it around to see if they can be a real contender. And
this would be an incredible run by St. Joe's, who came into this tournament as the 27th seed. New Canaan as the 6th, and as we know, they took a loss to Fairfield Ludlow in the first round of the CIAC tournament, and ever since they have not looked the same, to say the least. But St. Joe's, there are questions as to whether their nearly 2 weeks of rest would harm them, and so far it has been the opposite. They look as fresh as ever.
Maybe not making that CIAC tournament might have been a blessing. They got rest. See if they could make a deep run in the CIAC tournament. I mean, they've been watching film on, and I'm sure if they win this game, they'll be watching film on the next team. But it seems like it's working so far.
Yeah, judging by the way that St. Joseph's played, I would be surprised if they're able to get past Killingly in a couple rounds.
Number 5, Henry Chandra, that's his third.
Third foul called on Chandra. Now we've got some subs coming out. So Ofiero, Verton, and I believe that is Max Sanseverino just checked out of the game. Michael Smith's in for the first time in a little while, as is Luke Robinson. Here's Rios wide open for Black, and it's a little too far. Smart play by Adolphi, who just threw it off the foot of Michael Smith out of bounds. Ball is going to stay with St. Joseph's.
New Canaan's unhappy about that one. They're looking to fine on defense. On a couple of these inbound plays, St. Joseph's just been really able to capitalize on a quick layup. So let's see what they do here.
Yeah, that was just wrong place, wrong time for Michael Smith.
Seems to be some shot clock confusion. Refs are meeting up now.
And it looks like both teams are going to go to their respective benches.
There
a little bit of confusion as to what's going on here.
Seems like the ref has sorted it out. Both teams got a quick timeout. Maybe a little blessing for New Canaan. Let's see what Danny Melzer's going to say here. I'm sure he's advising them they want to really lock down, not let them get those quick points. Maybe if they get a steal on this inbound, they can shift the momentum. But, again, they need 13 points, so they have to start shooting now.
They're going to have a miraculous fourth quarter comeback if they want to have a chance of moving on to play on Tuesday. Now here we go. Looks like, and still the shot clock is running, as is the game clock. It's a little confused as to what's going on now. And now the officiating crew is talking with Coach Jeff Bernardi about giving him their rationale. And 59.5 seconds will be put on the game clock. And 23 on the shot clock. Here's Rios inbound. Rios finds Adolphi, tipped away by Akmavaramu, but it's going to go past half court. Coach Tisha screaming at his defense.
Coach Tisha screaming. I believe his child is in the stands. Must be, passing down the
wide open for Adolphi, and it's good.
16-point game here. They need to shoot, and they need to shoot now. I
mean, so far throughout this game, it's been a 15-4 outscoring run from St. Joe's in this quarter. That's just something you can't have happen if you're New Canaan. And play is going to be stopped here with 28.6 seconds left on the clock. And this gap is just widening for New Canaan. They are only it is a deep hole that they've dug themselves into.
New Canaan's got a lockdown on defense right now, but also, you know, being mindful on offense, you cannot win this game right now considering they're down. I don't think they've been up yet.
Here's Phoebus with a 3, and it's off the back. Esposito clawing his way to try to get the ball back, but he's on the ground. Right, no good. Here's Michael Smith. New Canaan, they looked a lot more physical on that last possession. Here's Michael Smith with a touch pass, and it's no good. It just lips out. And how do I put this? Not very good quarter right there by the New Canaan Rams as they've dug themselves a 16-point deep hole.
Yes, it wasn't a very good quarter, but I think the Cadets also have to realize that there still is 8 minutes left to play in this game. It looked like they were just chucking up contested threes. I think they really need to focus. If they maybe just hold them for a couple minutes in that, then the game might be sealed. But New Canaan's just got to press the gas pedal, just try and play physical, get some shots up. Luke Robinson only has 1 foul left, so I'm sure Coach Melzer in that huddle is going to tell everyone else to play physical, see if they could get Luke that playing time, because obviously you want your best players on the court.
I agree. That's something that New Canaan, they're going to have to work on. AJ, what do you got?
No, I think that St. Joseph has just been reading New Canaan like a book right now, and it's really showing how much homework they did. After speaking to the head coach of St. Joe's, he said that they have basically memorized New Canaan's gameplay after watching a month worth of games in film, and it truly just shows how New Canaan has not been able to breathe. I don't think they've led yet by any margin so far this game, and it's just a constant game of catch-up for them. St. Joe's is really just showing their ability right now as a team, and I think the only way New Canaan can catch up right now is not letting them score, but being aggressive and taking shots. You got to take shots to score, and it feels like New Canaan's been kind of scared to do that. So
that's right. New Canaan hasn't been very successful from beyond the arc. I believe Akmavaramu's got their only 3-pointer of the game, and I think that's going to be something they have to focus on in this in the end of this game, because you're going to need those extra points to cut the lead down.
New Canaan does have the ball.
Here's Chandra out to Akmavaramu, guarded by Phoebus. And Phoebus already putting the pressure on. Esposito didn't want to take the 3 there, but Chandra does, and a foul is going to be called. Wouldn't have counted anyway, as he did hit the front of the rim. Fourth foul of the game called on Simon Chekarov.
Four for Chekarov, 4 for Robinson. Chandra's got 3, Verton's got 3. They really have to play a physical game to try and get back in this. But again, you don't want your star players getting out, because that'll ruin your chances.
Great defense played by Akmavaramu. He gets the tip away on the fast break. And just like that, New Canaan gives up possession. Here's Hatchett, dribbling past half court. Back out to Black. Makes a man miss into the paint, and he gets it.
Holy.
But that was a tough fall that he took, and he's going to be a little bit shaken up coming off. Now this was a 5-on-4 for New Canaan. They got to take advantage of it. Great putback right there by Simon Chekarov.
First points in around 8 minutes.
That's right.
I'm a little surprised though. St. Joe's is still on the offensive. You know, their defense right now is their offense. They're making a score margin, a difference in score that New Canaan seems like isn't going to be able to overcome. Surprised that they're not being more careful. However, it seems like New Canaan's desperate actions of causing them some fouls, which is not good.
And now plays being stopped here. Looks like New Canaan's going to get the ball back as Andrew Esposito comes to check it in. Now you've got just under 7 minutes left. New Canaan's facing a 16-point deficit. Season's on the line. Here's Andrew Esposito. Out to Akmavaramu. Guarded by Phoebus. Looking for anybody to pass it down to. St. Joe's is locking New Canaan up once again, as they have all game. Here's Henry Chandra, dribbling in between defenders. That was an off-balance shot taken, and it's not going to fall. That's been the story of tonight's game. Here's Lamique Black.
TJ Wright is taking it slow, just trying to chew time off the clock.
tipped away by Andrew Esposito. And the New Canaan defense, they've stepped up, but it's the offense that needs to really start to translate. And Blue Verton is no good. Here's TJ Wright, who, well, yes, he's been a huge factor in this game. I feel like since the first quarter, he hasn't been as much of a presence, but it doesn't matter when you've got the rest of this team just stepping up big time for him.
Exactly, and we had a couple rims hit, and now looks like foul called to number 3, Black.
First foul of the game called on Lamique Black. But to that point earlier, guys like Noah Adolph and even Jake Rios, they really stepped up big time, as did Jaden Phoebus. And there's Chandra with a 3, and that one goes. 13-point game with just under 6 minutes left in the game.
That's what New Canaan needs if they want to make a comeback right now. They need to be making those threes, need to be making shots.
And
that was through the hands of Phoebus. Now Esposito's got the ball. Let's see if some momentum can form. No travel called there, but Akmavarbu is going to get the point in. 11-point game, 5:31 left to play.
I think if New Canaan gets it under a 10-point difference, we're going to see a glimpse of hope, maybe an uptick in their play, and I think they got a shot, but they got to cross that 10-point difference and get into single digits.
This game is far from over with 5:30 left, but New Canaan's still got a lot of work to do if they want to keep their postseason hopes alive.
And they've been looking
championship hopes alive, I should say.
They've been looking better on offense now. Some shots falling, but they really they've been stepping it up on defense. They just have to make sure they keep the pressure, make sure that the Cadets cannot grow that lead, because a couple more points their way, and it looks like this game might be over.
And on the last few defensive possessions, New Canaan, they really stepped up. They were able to get a couple takeaways, and they were able to turn them into points. I know that the refs may have missed a travel down in the paint by Andrew Esposito on that play, but hey, ball don't lie.
Let's see. Coming back onto the court now.
Melzer and Bernardi making some final adjustments. So both teams are going to start stepping onto the court now. Looks like New Canaan's going to start the possession.
Could
or
see
not.
some
St.
of our
Joe's got
bomb squad.
Yeah, that's right. If there's any time for the bomb squad to step up, it's got to be now. Here's Phoebus. Down to Hatchet. New Canaan's already pressed it up, and there's a takeaway by Shekarov. But a foul is called, and I feel like that's been the story. Both sides have had a lot of fouls called on them. Feels like a lot more have gone in the favor of St. Joe's. And that's going to be the case as of right now. As here's Jermaine Hatchett to check the ball in.
Fetus is coming off the court. The Cadets seem to have set 6 men.
And now the ball's into Adolph. A lot of press defense being played by New Canaan, but it's not going to work, as they've got an easy point. And there it is. That's Julian Jocks that's going to finish it up right there.
That is not what New Canaan wants.
Absolutely not.
You do not want a quadruple team and still have a point get off.
Well, here's another 3 taken by Chandra. Rebound by Esposito.
There we go. They were seeing the rebounds. That's what you need.
Esposito, he's been all over the place getting the rebounds. It's just getting those points that's been an issue.
Yeah.
Not just for him, but really for the entire team. Here's Chandra. Smith's got a chance. Down to Akmavaramu. Pass wasn't fast enough for him to take a 3, but here's Simon Chekarov. Esposito in the corner, going to take a 3, and it's no good.
And Coach Belzer seemed to have put Smith in. He only has 1 foul on the night, which we saw him draw only a couple seconds ago. And he seemed to have put him in. He could play physical. He could really change pace, get some steals without the worry of fouling out.
4:44 left in the clock. So no shout out for Jay-Z. Here's Adolph. Guarded by Akmavaramu and Esposito, but it's going to go back out to Lamique Black. And the ball's ripped away by Simon Chekarov. Really physical defense being played by New Canaan right now. Here's Adolph, who's really cemented himself as one of the stars in this game. I believe he's got 2 threes on the night. Here's the All-FCIAC man himself, TJ Wright. And I believe, looked like McKiernan. Is that McKiernan? Looks like he had his feet planted. That's going to be a charge on Wright. And Blue Verton and Henry Chandra going to sub themselves back in. Michael Smith and Colin McKiernan coming out.
4:18 left
Here's
to
a replay on
play.
the foul.
They have a 13-point hill to climb.
Here's Henry Chandra dribbling. They've got to make some noise now. 4:11 left on the clock.
Interesting how 3 of the 5 players on the New Canaan team right now are underclassmen, showing you the potential of the next few years.
That was a tough layup put in by Henry Chandra, who's one of the only guys in this New Canaan squad that's really keeping them alive. And just like that, Lameek Black from St. Joseph answers. 47-34 with 3:50 left on the clock. Here's Blue Burton. They've got to make some noise now. Agmavaramu, a couple feet away from the key. Down to Andrew Esposito. Back to Chekarov. He's looking as fast as I've seen him all night. That's a great off-balance layup. Or not layup, mid-ranger taken by him.
Now it's only an 11-point game. 3:30 left on the clock. New Canaan definitely has a chance, and the Cadets know it. They call the timeout.
Yeah, New Canaan, they've definitely stepped up on offense, but it just can't be too little too late. You've got to stop St. Joe's from getting all these points in. I mean, it could be threes, it could be layups. Either way, it's points. You can't let that gap get wider, because now you're just fighting an uphill battle.
Seems that New Canaan hasn't been allowing the score difference to grow. However, they haven't been shrinking it. So, you know, both are important. However, they're only been doing half the job. So I think, you know, if we see maybe a six point run, we might be able to close the gap.
New Canaan's definitely got a lot of drive. You've seen all the players moving faster, bumping into people a lot more than they have earlier in the night.
I'd expect to see a lot of the seniors playing with more urgency, because this could be their last time ever stepping onto the basketball court at New Canaan High School. Here's Fetus, and now Hatchett's got the ball. Hatchett dribbling through Esposito and Akmavaramu. Akmavaramu, a lot of physical defense being played, but they've got to make sure they're covering all 5 guys. Almost tipped away by McKiernan, but TJ Redskin ended up with the ball. 18 left on the shot clock. Wright just dancing all around, dishes it out to Black, and that's another 3. 50 points on the night for St. Joe's, and that's a 14-point game with 3 minutes left.
Coach Melzer yelling at his defense. They've got to go up. They've got to press them. They cannot let them just sit around and maybe hit a three-pointer, because all it does is waste time and ruin your chances of maybe
and missed
coming
shots
back
like
in this
that
game.
isn't going to help. Here's Black. Oh, big tumble taken right there. No foul called. And might have a jump ball here.
Alternating possession, St. Joe's.
Akmavaramu frustrated. 2:39 left on the clock. Time starting to run out for New Canaan. Here's Hatchett with the ball. Down to Fetus. And Wright was open in the corner. Going to dish it out to Hatchett, who's going to take it up just off the front. That's Michael Smith going to pass it up to Simon Chekarov, the 2 football captains.
2:24 left on the clock.
Akmavaramu with a contested 3, and it's good. 50-39. It's got to keep that gap slim. Now Phoebus thought he was going to take a shot, but he decided not to. Now here's Lameek Black driving towards the basket. Out to right, down to Hatchett. Just under 2 minutes left to play now, as the girls' basketball squad is coming into the gym. Here's Phoebus with a high arcing mid-ranger, and it's no good. Now they've got to start getting some points on the board fast.
Does New Canaan have a miracle left in them?
And miscommunication there by New Canaan. And possession's going to go back to St. Joseph. 1:40 left on the clock. AJ, what do you got?
You know, things are looking a little grim right now. However, I think this game really just goes to show the perseverance of New Canaan throughout this season. You know, they have not given up to any threat, any challenge that's come along, and they're playing it to the end. They're going to go out fighting, and, you know, I respect that.
New Canaan needing a stop here. It's like Wright playing smart, just trying to waste as much time as possible. Bit of a Euro step. Now here's Lameek Black, guarded by Colin McKiernan. This is very physical defense. I'm surprised they're not fouling yet, to be honest. He's going to jump up, pass it out to Jermaine Hatchett. Now here's Adolph.
They're really just passing
here's
around.
TJ Wright open in the corner. Going to take a mid-range, and it's no good. Almost got the putback. Got to have something happen here now. And it goes off the hands of Colin McKiernan. That's not what you wanted.
That was really important play right there.
I was going to say a couple stops and a couple threes can get New Canaan right back in this game, but
you can't let the momentum die like that.
Exactly. Well, with that ball going out of bounds, I'd say their chances of winning just went down a whole lot. Here's TJ Wright. No one guarding him. He's got all the time in the world. Checks it down to Jock, and it's going to go in. 52-39, another 13-point margin. As it's like some of the New Canaan bomb squad fizzles out. Here's Chandra off the back of the rim. Here's Michael Smith with a mid-ranger. There's a long two, actually. And looks like it's going to go to New Canaan, judging by the reaction of Coach Jeff Bernardi.
37-6 left on the clock. New Canaan needs a miracle.
And with 37-6 left in the game, I'm not so sure they're going to get that. Here's Blue Burton looking inbound. Henry Chandra with a quick three, just a little too strong. And no shot clock on. It's Coach Bernardi making sure he's telling his guys that. And Akmavaramu getting a foul. But I think the foul is just going to be coming too late.
Foul 21,
As
that's his third.
Andres Posito and Blue Burton are going to be checking out for the final time, perhaps for the season. Here's Michael Smith, the captain, coming in for Henry Chandra. And it looks like we've got all seniors in for what could be their final plays, final seconds as New Canaan High School Rams.
All captains, all five senior cap, 5 of the 6. Those are definitely given back to them for how much they provided to the program.
Here's Wright just running circles on this New Canaan defense, as he's been doing all night. And here's an applause coming. No fouls. New Canaan, St. Joe's, they're just going to dribble it out. And that'll do it. The 27 seed upsets New Canaan in the first round of the D3 state playoff bracket.
St. Joe's takes down the Rams 52-39. Lining up, shaking hands. It was a hard-fought battle, but St. Joe's really just had terrific defense on the Rams. There wasn't a lot that they could do. Some miscommunications. Definitely a sad night for the seniors, but you know, New Canaan had a lot of perseverance this season. They made it to the 6th seed. Overall, it was a well-fought battle. Yes,
you absolutely cannot discredit the incredible turnaround season that New Canaan had this year. I know New Canaan was able to go 14-7 this year, which was significantly better than they were last season, you know, making the state and FCIAC tournament bracket, which is no small feat by any means. But now St. Joe's, they've got to get ready for their battle against Seymour this coming Tuesday. AJ, any closing thoughts?
You know, I am really impressed with just the game today. I don't think anyone is going to be disappointed in what they saw tonight. I mean, talk about just great gameplay from both sides. We apologize about the other team walking in front of us. Just great gameplay on both sides of the court. We saw both teams working on their goals throughout the season, showing the improvement that they've had, never giving up. Both teams went out fighting until the very end. And, you know, that really just goes to show something about both the teams here. New Canaan seniors, all 6 of them, all 6 captains, really led this team in a terrific season. Nothing to sneeze at. And I think, you know, St. Joseph wins in the end. You know, we didn't see their star player, number 2.
TJ Wright.
Yeah, TJ, in the previous game. And I think that was kind of the surprise factor for New Canaan. And I think all in all, great game. And Jason, I hope you have fun announcing it next year. As me and Rob are both seniors.
We got 2
That's right, this might be my
last broadcast.
Final basketball call. Had very few, but they were fun while I was here. AJ, I know I'm sure you feel the same way, but that's going to do it from the New Canaan High School main gym. St. Joe's 52, New Canaan 39. Let's send it to sponsors. Good night.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our Gold sponsor Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another Gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a Gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!